Mike, I have a question for you.
Okay.
You might remember back episode teen something. I made a joking reference to plowing a Brazilian chick in the back of a Toyota Tercel.
It rings a bell.
Yes, it does. A similarity occurred to me in telling that story in relation to our previous episode, episode 36, in that they're both dead. They're never coming back.
They're never coming back. We threw our A game out there. You know what?
We gave the people what they wanted.
We tried too hard. We tried to give the people another medium, a visual medium, to bring them closer together.
Just like that of Icarus, flying too close to the sun.
Yes. And for whatever reason, we'll never know what happened, but mistakes were made. We lost the audio, and thus we were only able to give the people so much.
That's true.
So we're back to the drawing board. We'll figure it out. We're gonna learn, but in that episode 36, the unaired episode, will always be in our hearts, but will never be in our ears because it's gone.
And it's unfortunate because I went on a probably 6.5 minute rant about the scenes and sights of Las Palmas.
Yeah,
which I don't think
that one's a big loss. That's what really hurt was the listeners will never
the historical context of
Las Palmas.
Yeah, the
we did
autonomous island of España.
We had some good moments there, but this episode will be published as episode 37
officially,
and we will just episode 36 will just always be here. It'll never be out there. It'll always be in here, not in here, here, like the cowardly lion who needs a heart. That's where it's going to be. I don't think there's anything in the Wizard of Oz that talks about the loins.
Just a big veiny dick.
Anyway, so here we are.
The flying monkeys. They all have just massive sledges.
In the movie?
Whatever.
I don't know, maybe you and I watched a different Wizard of Oz.
Oh, I might have watched the documentary one.
Yeah. Well, we're here. We're ready to talk about what's been going on, and there has been a lot. I know you have some stories to bring to the table.
Yeah, we got some happenings over the last couple of weeks. We got a lot to unpack soccer-wise, personally wise.
Yes.
And it's been pretty much like a longer hiatus in between episodes than normal. So I feel like we got to get back in the saddle.
Yeah, we were due to get together last week, but as things happen as you get older, just things weren't working in the midsection.
Yeah.
And by the time I was able to turn it around, you had gassed a blizzard, and there was no coming back from that.
I had absolutely torpedoed a cocktail, and then Sabrina came over. She's like, "Oh, I brought home Dairy Queen." I was just like, "Oh no,
yeah,
this simply is not going to happen."
Oh, okay, yeah. So anyway, all for the best. But yeah, we're kind of under the gun now. But yeah, there's been a lot going on, and I think we'll start with just in the world of soccer before we get into your personal stories. So first and foremost, my hatred for Arsenal. I'll give credit where credit's due. I still want them to lose. I still hope that
every game
PSG comes out and beats the bag out of them, but they outplayed Real Madrid in both legs. Declan Rice had two of the most unbelievable free kicks I've ever seen. I said Courtois is 6'7". I said that if you had him stand in the middle of the goal and say, "Hey, you can't move until the ball is kicked, but it's going to go," and tell him exactly where it's going to go, he would not get either of those free kicks. They were hit with such power, such precision. So, but I do want to say, as we did, in losing episode 36, we lost some of the people that we wanted to kind of call out as tools. Mine was the set piece coach for Arsenal. Well, fucking sure enough, you see him
on your face
on the on the touchline trying to tell Declan Rice where to put this free kick, and I just like.
But also, what like a smug prick to be like, "Yeah, I got put in that corner."
I don't think he's British, but
what is he?
The set piece coach?
Yeah,
I want to say he's like Italian.
Oh,
yeah.
All right,
they can be assholes too.
Probably a great guy.
Yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, big news as far as from Liverpool fans. Virgil van Dijk is the most recent, but also before that, Mo Salah. So, our 2 out of the 3 have signed new deals. Again, it does look like Trent is on his way out. I won't really get into that as I feel like, oh, God, there's the barbecue.
I don't have the
Oh.
emotional capacity to handle that
Well,
conversation.
that's pretty much the meat of today's episode. So you better bring it. There's the brisket is coming up. Woo. Okay. So anyway, yeah, 2 contracts out of 3 signed. We'll still see if the third one happens, but not holding out hope. But yeah, that was really what I had in the world of soccer. From a personal perspective, I'm a little full.
Yeah.
I had a lot of barbecue.
Good to BBQ.
I'm gonna need some red wine to
cut through the
cut
fattiness.
Through. Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly. Although I did do the lean cut on the brisket, I didn't do a fatty cut. But
anyway,
wrong with
that. I'm not gonna judge you for that.
Okay. But yeah, I think that's all that's going on. But I know you had some points of order that you wanted to bring to the table.
Oh yeah.
So would you care to share?
Yeah. So first and foremost, we'll leave with the most important one. Obviously, been working out, running, trying to up my protein intake, and you ever fart so hard that you almost wish it would come out the front side?
Like a burp?
No, like out your dick. like the other day,
Do I ever fart so hard I wish it came out?
Yeah, just to relieve more pressure. Like, it's a fart, my dick.
Like a hard fart,
like you really gear down for one, and then just I just wish there was like a blow off valve. That was my thought when I came over here today. I was driving. I'm just like, oh God.
Was it because was it smell or just like sheer force? Like
sheer force, brute force and ignorance, baby.
How hard are you pushing on this?
As hard as I need to.
Like you giving yourself hemorrhoids?
Nope, still haven't shit my pants yet.
But you're 40 now. It'll happen.
Oh no!
Easier than you think.
Anyway,
never trust a fart.
No. In more relevant, serious news, cranking out wine stoppers, bottle openers. Going to make a big push for both Mother's Day and for Father's Day. Had them sold or was attempting to sell our friends Vin Bin.
Yep.
They did a grand tasting last week. Oh my God, that was just last weekend. Oh my God.
A lot has transpired. It just feels like it's been a long time.
Yeah. Put on a tremendous spread for a grand tasting on a Friday. I think they had 7 different stations, different wines from around the world. So my tall, beautiful wife and I went, left the kids at home, and
had yourselves a day.
Had ourselves a day. It was good, and I was slightly disappointed at the Italian collection. I think they're going for more springtime wines, something a little lighter. Yeah. I want the darkness.
Yep.
But you'll find this comical, and I think I might have already told you this. Spent some time with the French wine table.
And
so
did you do that?
No, but I was after a while, right? So I'm getting a little loosey goosey, and I'm just going up to Sabrina. I'm just like, Cote d'Aron, and she's like, get away from me. I'm like, literally, and for 48 hours straight, there'd just be an awkward silence in the car, I'd be like, Cote d'Aron, fromage, yeah. Yeah, she hasn't left me yet, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, they say for better or worse,
Yeah.
So that was probably
just me standing in the backyard looking at the woods, just being like, Cote d'Aron. And that's when he slipped into a deep, dark insanity. Went full Shutter Island on everybody. Yeah, that's the lobotomy one with Leo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I saw that one. Anyway, so
I read the book.
In the business of wine, had some good ones. Found a good rosé. Found our friend's Big Salt.
Yeah.
So I think that might work its way out at Easter.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I might open that up and then a bottle of red during Easter.
And then you and I were able to partake and have a little bit of a delicious Caymus wine that was brought to my niece's birthday party. So shout out to Josh for bringing that and allowing us to to taste because it was
Yeah,
so
I was
good.
like very, very impressive.
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Silky smooth, just like you on the dance floor.
I mean,
You've been one to cut a rug.
no one's getting married anymore. Wedding, like that is it's my niche is just a couple, free cocktails at the open bar and just
Getting
let
loosey
it all
goosey.
hang out. So I mean, I think there's maybe a handful of opportunities out there from friends and family, but
Dwindling.
yeah,
Yeah.
our friend across the sea is one of them. Hopefully, we'll get to go, but we'll see. But the world needs to see those moves.
Yes.
And I've been itching. I'm getting all itchy.
You just you're like the what's his face, the bad guy in Ted.
Oh
Just
yeah,
with the juice box, just
yeah.
standing in front of the TV.
Giovanni Ribisi.
Yes.
But yeah. So
So yeah, that's what's been going on in my world.
Well, I heard you had another story that you were going to tell me about.
Oh! I can't believe I didn't lead off with this.
I was.
I actually think I wrote it down in a Google Doc.
Well, you told me this. You like set it up weeks ago, like basically like you can't believe what's going to happen. But I wanted the real reaction, so I have not heard this. So,
dude, I'm gonna have to try to do this as fast as possible. Actually, I should actually. Can I call an audible? I'm gonna need at least one sip of wine before I friggin' dive into this.
go take. All right, tell you what, Will. All right.
No, I'm gonna go.
Just go. No, go hot, go dry. Oh, oh God.
Jesus.
Anyway.
2 things soccer-wise have transpired in the last 2 weeks.
So there's something new.
Yeah, my whistle came in.
Oh. Okay, I don't
The
care.
Fox 40
They don't know.
Sonic Blast. It's 120 decibels. I almost brought it today. It's actually in the truck. I'll go get it.
No,
I'm not going to go get it. It's so loud it hurts.
Now, for anyone out there, because we lost the episode, Ryan's pick of tools was his fucking nerd whistle that basically
assertive coach whistle is
creates a sonic boom, blows your kids' eardrums out for youth soccer.
It's louder than the shop tools I have. It's so fucking loud. I can't blow it as hard as I want to because it's so loud. It's like crowd control whistle. It's like mounted police. And I'm just like setting up cones. I'm just like,
you take a picture of you with like, not in the truck so you don't blow your eardrums out. Take a video of you like blowing the whistle. We'll post it on.
Okay.
Maybe with like a fucking huge shit-eating grin on your face.
Okay, I can do that.
So all the Vino Valiers can see how excited you are about this whistle.
Okay.
Anyway, so
second, youth soccer has started.
Yes,
off to a great start.
Okay.
Not really. Actually, yes. We haven't had a game yet. It got canceled. I'm not even talking about the games.
Right. When our Vino Valiers have know the frustrations of the Youth Soccer Association with your bans from, having pleasant conversations with match officials. So I'm sure this can only exacerbate what was already a tumultuous last season.
So we log on to the coaches meeting. It starts at 8:30 on a Monday and goes till 9:30, which, not for nothing, ridiculous.
Wait, just during the workday?
No, at night.
Oh, ooh.
Which is still like,
yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah, stupid. So we log on. I've been doing this long enough. I'm like, all right, roll out the PowerPoint. Let's just do this. And you would think it might be like, oh, hey, here's some field, notes. Here are some changes. You cannot slide tackle. You can or cannot head the ball. Like, is there anything to the game that has changed?
Yeah.
The answer is no. What has changed and what most of the time was spent on was what used to be called the zero tolerance policy.
See, I figured I had to.
It's now called the referee abuse policy. Mike, hold on. It gets better. It gets better.
I'm sure it doesn't.
They have done away with post-game handshakes, which I'm fine with. I've been a fan of shake hands before. Do it like international soccer.
Yeah.
Because kids get too hot during the game, and I guess there were some instances last year where like
they would dust ups.
Yeah. So like shake hands before the game, good. If you want to shake a player's hand that you had like a good battle against, or if you want to go shake the other coach's hand, like after, sure, all for it. This is how the game is going to start now. Are you ready? You're ready because you're right here. I'm looking at you. The referees in both teams walk across the field to where the spectators are. Okay? They stand there. I, as the home coach, have to read a script saying that no player, coach, or spectator will question or say anything as pertains to uh, officiating, calls, non-calls, or else action will be taken. Hold on.
Dude.
So I have to stand in front of a sea of strangers, which I don't care. I fucking teach all day. Like, I'm in front of
Yeah,
people all day.
it's not
And I feel
what
like, oh, for those who are in attendance. Hold on. It gets better.
Again, I disagree, but go on.
So at any point, they have put this thing in
I'm
place
so
now where
angry
there's
right
where
now.
there's more tiers now. Before it was ZT1, ZT2,
Yeah.
ZT3.
It's just straight to
I
it.
get banged for a ZT2. Anything, whether verbal or nonverbal, if I throw my hands up in the air over a non-call, a referee can be like, you're out. They can stop the game and tell parents to leave, which if you're like belligerent,
sure,
like you got to go. But a nonverbal expression towards the officiating can be seen as an infraction. Hold on, it gets worse. Because I already have one infraction against me from next year or from last year, if I get one it's a multiplier. So I'll miss 4 games versus 2. This is what's happening. Oh wait,
oh dear God, I don't know if I can take any
hold
more.
on. If a spectator, if you come to a game, or my dad,
I can't come to a game.
No, you can't. But you can.
No, I couldn't. And so, well,
All right.
continue,
So a spectator,
finish.
right? Something happens. You see something, right? And you're like, and you lean over to Sabrina or my dad or whatnot, and you're like, that call was horrendous. Like, how is that even possible that was a foul going that way? And the side judge hears you. They'll stop the game. They'll try to identify you. And if they can ID you, your name goes on a posting on Mass Youth Soccer as this person at this field has been cited for this. It's a youth soccer scarlet letter is what it is. What are we doing?
I wasn't ready for all of this.
Yeah. This is what we're doing is now.
So here's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're creating, and we've talked about this.
Hold on. I have to keep going.
Okay, go.
This applies to the players as well. So if a player gets called for a bad foul and goes, ref, how is that possible? They now can get and serve 1 game, 2 game, however many game suspension for talking back to a referee. This is like where I might have to pull the ripcord and be like, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
I wouldn't. It's not possible. The human body is like made for reactions.
Yeah.
It's how our brain functions. You see something, you react. Everything elicits a reaction, whether it's a good one, whether it's a bad one, whether it makes you sad, whether it makes you mad. Your face alone, you cannot hide. You're just basically supposed to sit there like a robot. What it's doing is it's creating this. And I'm sure there's a certain age group that are doing the refereeing. I get it. It's a thankless task, but these kids are getting paid, right?
Yeah, they're getting paid like $30 a game.
Yeah, so basically it's creating this generation of kids who can basically do or say whatever they want and know there's no repercussions because whoever comes at them, that person's going to get in trouble. There's no accountability. Now, say what you want about, fine, as a spectator, I should not be going at a ref. As a coach, if there's a disparity with age, fine. You are the older person. Maybe you should not be able to take action and speak to a referee.
Right.
But the player, these are 10-year-olds talking to 16, 17-year-olds.
Yeah, now they're older because they're on.
It's a minor talking to a senior.
Correct.
If the child has enough gumption to be able to question a call because they think it's wrong, they absolutely have the right to. Because not only are you enabling this generation to basically get away with what they want,
Yeah.
you're stifling this generation from being able to express themselves. Ah.
And the one of the ways that it was presented that if the refereeing
It is funny that you're on like a offenders registry list, though. I do find that funny.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, but anyway,
So one of the things was like, if it's really bad or really one-sided or like your safety is a concern, just pull your team off and don't continue the game. It's like, or I can tell the referee they're doing a terrible job.
Yeah,
And like,
it's the same
you're getting
thing.
paid. You're getting be better.
It is the same thing.
So dumb.
So like, fine.
You haven't even played one game, and I'm already just like,
I'm ready to pull the team. Just be like, sorry. Yeah, that is. Oh
so,
my god.
So there you go. We're doing it. It's that is where youth sports are currently at. That I have to read a script to the fans stating all of these things. Luckily, I had a parents' meeting before the first practice, and I laid everything out to my parents already. And one of the moms whose son plays probably 7 days a week, she's like, they're ruining the sport.
Yeah.
Like, they are not making this fun for anybody.
And I mean, I can imagine there's probably a few that agree with it, but I just like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Plus, now, like the fucked up side of me is just like, I want to see what I can get away with. Like, I want to see how far I can push it.
There's no way you're going to be able to keep nonverbal reactions.
No, it's just, there's no way.
No way.
There's oh god, I'm so fucking.
I know.
Mad.
So we listen.
We have a lot to do. We've got a lighter topic.
It's not really that light.
It's not that light.
But
do I see his fucking name on that list?
Don't be looking at my screen.
I can barely see that far. Yeah.
To all our Vino volleyers out there, it is time to pop those corks. We're ready. Indulge in a very healthy pour and dive stud showing into today's episode. So Ryan, why don't you tell the folks so we can gas the first glass of it because we need it. Why don't you tell the folks the wine we are going to be drinking, and then I will tell them the topic because we need to change subjects.
I'm so fucking angry right now.
I was not ready for the.
There hasn't even been one game yet.
The layers to that cake.
We are consuming. We're going to enjoy it.
We're going to enjoy it.
The Peter Zimmer 2018 Furgl, that's the name of the vineyard. Furggl. No licious, just Furgl. The Lagrange Reserva Lagrange. It's on there twice. It is from the northeastern region of Italy. Now, you might be asking yourself, what the hell is a Lagrange or a Furgl? And I'm going to tell you.
Furgl Rock?
Nice. Lagrange is a wine variety of northern Italy. It can be related to, or similarly compared to Syrah, Pinot Noir, Côte d'Aron, and Dureza.
I don't know the third one.
Neither do I.
Okay.
But it looks like it will probably check a bunch of boxes for me. This bottle itself comes highly rated this year for 2018. And the tasting notes at 13.5%. It is the succulent Furgl Lagrange Reserve. I don't know why I still have a fucking shitty French accent. I'm just so gross. Has a deep ruby color. It is velvety and soft, offering flavors of a ripe black plum, prune, black cherry preserve, and dark chocolate, as well as a savory balsamic note. Interesting.
It's like I feel like it's like covering themselves if it goes bad. Be like, oh, it tastes like vinegar.
This wine has a touch of mellow sweetness, but the truth is, what is the truth? It's perfectly dry with only 0.6 residual sugar. Tannins are soft and well integrated, and the wine is drinkable now, although it can be cellared for at least 10 years. So one of the highest ratings got was 92 points from Robert Parker.
Cool.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
We can also be expecting aromas of dried wild blackberries, savory green herbs, sweet baking spices, black plums cooked in clove and cinnamon, hint of dried bay leaf, olive, and white pepper finish. It's a good one. I wanted to fucking.
I know. Well, while we sniff that, the topic for today, and it kind of highlights what we were talking about before, with 2 out of the 3 big contracts for Liverpool have signed. The third one, Trent Alexander-Arnold, who looks like he's all but on his way to Real Madrid unless something magical happens. But it really got us thinking about is this, we consider the death of the icon, or the death of like that one club legend. So kind of talking about that in, do we believe that we'll ever see the likes of players who are like 1 or 2 club? Okay, I mean, couldn't have waited, but 1 or 2 team players, that play the vast majority, if not their entire career. And if there's not, like, what's the reason? Like, why do some of the big names of the game who are known for sticking with one club, why do they not exist anymore? So that's what we're going to be discussing. But before they do that, let's get our initial thoughts. Someone's a little farther ahead than me, so
I needed to calm down.
Yeah, whatever. I smell the dark chocolate on the nose.
My nose is a little compromised. I got the allergies.
I smell, it's like, I would, if I considered like a dark chocolate covered cherry is what I smell.
Okay.
Like that, was it Brookside or Brookstone?
Yeah.
The chocolate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, the only allergy medication we had in the house was grape flavors. Fucking gross.
Why don't you just take a pill like a fucking adult?
So I didn't want to. It's only child's allergy medication in the house, so I took a double dose of it.
You're not gonna get sympathy. Go out to. You probably pass
No.
a CVS and like a Walgreens on the way. Go get some Claritin, like
Not the boss.
fucking 40-year-old man.
Not the boss.
I just had to drink.
We're just so angry. I almost sent you the PowerPoint. I wanted to so bad. I have to print out the thing for our first game on Saturday. From what I can smell, it smells pretty good. It is definitely a dry Italian red wine.
It is dry for sure. It's not as juicy as I thought it would be. Definitely, like you said, it's dry. It's lighter on the mouthfeel. It's good, but I don't get as much of that dark chocolate cherry on the palate as I do on the nose. I wish it translated more.
Okay.
But it's still, I'm getting like the red fruit, and I feel like that dryness, like I can kind of get like, not like clove, like the spice, but like smoking a clove.
Oh,
like the dry, like that little dryness on the back end after a puff of that.
Take me back.
But it's good. I'll be interested because it hasn't been sitting for that long, so I'm interested to see how it opens up. But it's got great legs and overall a solid start. But yeah, to that, why don't we dive in? So, Rye Guy.
Yeah.
And I know you saw one of the names, but whether or not he's a piece of shit,
he's 100% a piece of shit.
He falls into the category. So here's the first question: is if we're talking about like the death of an icon, like those legends, does a player need to spend their entire career at one team to be considered a legend?
No, but I would prefer it that way.
Sure. So because obviously Gerard didn't. He went to LA Galaxy. So
yeah, but like that's a whole different content. That's
no, I understand. So I guess like here's the conversation point as we look to these players that we considered icons of the club, the legends, and how they were able to not tarnish their legacy as opposed to maybe some other players. So if you don't need to spend your entire career at one club to be considered that legend, that icon, how long do you think you need to be there. Does your impact on the field offset the amount of time you were there? Like
Well,
granted, he went to Chelsea, but like a Fernando Torres
mm,
who came to Liverpool, absolutely set the club alight. Now he went to Chelsea, but if he had gone to some no-name team because he was kind of falling off, would he have still been considered a legend because of what he brought to the club, or
yeah.
is the longevity a real key component to it?
Yes and yes, but maybe. There's so many layers to it. I mean, and I'm trying not to like cross sports too much, but
It's okay.
the
Well, no, we're going to.
the
So
2008 Celtics,
yeah,
right? You brought in Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen to play with Paul Pierce,
yes,
right? They only played there, I think, 3 years together,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
And then they fleeced the Nets in like a massive trade for Pierce and Garnett after they were like well past their and like they
They're
are legends
they're too.
in but there is something to be said of like a homegrown talent, whether they're from the area or not, that like sticks it out and plays with one club. And I think that resonates a lot more with the fans because they become indoctrinated into the culture and into the society of like, oh, they're one of us because like they're not leaving. They love it here because of everything that is where they are playing.
So, and kind of we were talking about it as we were watching hockey, and Alexander Ovechkin
Yeah.
breaking Gretzky's record, but a one club or one team guy.
Yeah.
And we said Sidney Crosby,
Yep.
Patrice Bergeron.
Yeah.
So
Number
like,
37, just like this episode.
yeah, wow,
Yeah.
nice.
Numbers guy.
You're not a numbers guy, so we're gonna fact check. I'm sure I trust you know Bergeron's number, but again, so I think part of it is, is it the fact that there are, unlike the NHL, the NFL, where that's like the mainstay, is it the fact that there's so many competitive leagues that it makes it even harder to kind of stay at one club because, yeah, you may be the greatest in England, but now, hey, there's the greats of Spain, there's the greats of Italy that are looking for you. Is it that allure, or does it really come down to money?
Yeah, I think the making the big world small is what we have now,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that it is truly a business. I will, and I feel jaded on this subject because this is one of those like core memories of like childhood ruined moments. I remember like going over my grandparents' house on like a Sunday, and my grandfather, my dad's dad, would always have the Red Sox or the Patriots, like Boston sports team, on the the TV. And I was I don't know, maybe 7, 8 years old, maybe younger, can't remember. And I just remember like, hey, pa. And he's like, what? And I was like, where do all the Red Sox live? I was like, where does he live? He's like, fuck if I know.
Why you
He's
Mickey
from
Mouse?
he's like these are from fucking Hispaniola for all I know. And I'm just like, what? And he's like, yeah, these guys don't fucking live here. They get fucking paid to play in the city. And I'm like, oh no! Like, why would you ruin that? Because I just thought as a young kid, you're like, oh, like
Yeah.
they grew up here, they live here,
Right.
and they represent this city as a back. But then again, it's not like 1895, the local boys play in the park. Like, it's not like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Obviously the where this all comes from is Trent, right?
Yeah.
Trent is a Scouser, came up through the academy, got his start under Klopp, has been with the club, 10 years, and now is looking on setting his sights at Real Madrid. So with him being like the main example for this conversation, do you think that going to Real Madrid ruins his legacy as a Liverpool legend? We'll talk in general terms, and then we'll use your personal opinion. I'll provide mine as well.
Okay. I think that most fans will understand it based on the fact that he's won everything for his club.
I disagree, but yes. Where do you stand?
I don't want him to leave. I'm
Right,
sorry. I'm
but
not
if
yelling at you. I'm
this is
still
what
right.
if he does, do in your heart of hearts, do you think that he is shit on everything that he's done, and that he will never be remembered as a club legend?
I don't know. The emotional part of me like feels like if he does go to Real Madrid, it's like a Superman situation where like Real Madrid, he's Clark Kent and has like the suit on, the glasses, but like underneath he has like, you know, the liverbird still like on his jersey. That is my emotional hope. I think if he doesn't leave and resigns, I think that'll be fucking monstrous. And like, there you go, build the statue. Like, pick your spot, Trent.
And here, I mean, me personally, I think, do I want him to stay? Of course. Do I think that it ruins what he's done for the club by going to Real Madrid? No. Do I want to, if I had a jersey with his name on it, do I want to burn it like I've seen people do on social media? No. I think, I don't. I think a lot of people in Liverpool are going to feel hard done by this.
Yeah.
Especially since he's a local lad. I know there's talk that if he was going to leave, he should have signed a new contract with Liverpool so that they could, have gotten money from him. I just, I don't buy that shit.
Mm.
Like, I feel like he is one that maybe it wasn't enough to be a Liverpool legend. Maybe he wanted to be known as the best, like the most transformative right back.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, if he goes to Real Madrid, he is going to be slinging cross-field passes to Vinicius Jr., Mbappe, probably Rodrigo, or up to Jude Bellingham in a league that is less physical and more just like open play.
I did read somewhere that Vinny Jr. sucks.
It's on my it's right there.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, he does. Well, they did show actually. I forgot that the bullet point. I think I just put
the only one I can see.
I think
there's only 2 bullet points I can see, and they're that one, and then Ryan Giggs is a piece of shit.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll get to him. So just to kind of quick sidestep, they showed in the Real Madrid Arsenal game, or they showed the top players who like run the least.
Yeah.
And it was Mbappe, and out of like the top 5, the 3 were Vinicius Jr., Mbappe, and Rodrigo. And it's just like, as a forward, like you should be running the most. So they're probably just lazy piece of shit. But anyway, so circling back to Trent, I don't think it ruins his legacy. The kid has won everything you can win in a Liverpool jersey. And he just wants a new challenge. If he doesn't stay, I think you give him the right. But I think, if you look back, and I made some notable like club legends from Liverpool, Stevie G, Jamie Carragher.
Yep.
Those were lifelong Liverpool guys. They gave everything to the club. They won great trophies. Obviously, Gerrard left, but that was, it was at a point where he wasn't being picked. Like, he wasn't the first guy on the lineup sheet, game in, game out. It was towards the end of his career. Granted, he said it was a mistake. If he knew that Klopp was coming in, he would have stayed longer. But again, he did go to another team. But I think, Ryan Giggs, he's a piece of shit.
Such a piece of shit.
But he is. He's a club legend. I even thought I put Luka Modric on here. He's played over like 10 years at Real Madrid.
Love that guy.
Obviously he didn't start there. He was a Tottenham guy. So that was my kind of like, how long? Is a decade? Is 10 years long enough for a time play period, like a decade? If you dedicate to one club, does that classify you as a legend if you're not, like, if you've played for other clubs? But Mark Noble, West Ham guy, and then I did have Crosby, Ovechkin, and Bergeron in here again. So the other question was, is it money? Is it the fact that, we kind of talked about it. Do we think that it's the allure of the paycheck? But Gerrard must have been offered way more money Mourinho tried to get him 3 times, and each time he denied. So it's like, what is it about that generation that had such just an extra love or loyalty? Like, I'm not saying that
Yeah.
Trent doesn't love Liverpool, but like, there's got to be something. And I doubt it was only the fact that he was in his mind, if I do this, then I'm going to be remembered forever.
Mm.
Liverpool, like, it's still anybody. I talked to Pat about him. You talk about people who watched him in Spain, like, he still was a player who transcended the game. Like, his skill set was unmatched. He could have gone anywhere, but he didn't. So I don't know what it is that he has that these players had that is now lost. Maybe it's the fact that the game is become too much of a business, where it's, again, the market drives where you go rather than where your heart drives where you go. I don't know.
I mean, one of the best examples is locally is Tom Brady.
I mean, Tom Brady,
Still going to be the best quarterback of all time. Still my quarterback.
yeah.
And obviously things got dicey there at the end, and like still
Well, he
went.
was like, it was finally, he wanted his payday. He was due, but it just didn't jive with the payment system,
Yeah.
or Bill Belichick. And
But also, like, how many people in New England watched him win a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay and were just like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, Tom, yeah, you fucking go win."
yeah,
Like, there was no animosity there, or very little animosity, um, when he left, and I think it was more sadness than anything else.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, as it pertains to someone sticking around for their whole career, and it just doesn't happen because it's such a business.
Well, you know who could very much stick around for their entire career?
Who?
Curtis
Don't
Jones.
say it. I was gonna be like, oh yeah, no, we're just gonna left fucking Curtis Jones.
I mean, he's the
Dumb
scouse. He's the
fucking
scouser in our team.
fade broccoli hair.
He showed
So
time and
dumb.
time again.
Yeah.
He's
Turnover waiting to happen.
he's he's willing to be the player that Liverpool need, and
Yeah.
show up in different spots.
Yeah, good.
But so, you know what it was, where I found this quote from The Dark Knight is, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And I feel like it's in today's game, and especially I think in the volatility of social media, where everybody has an opinion, everyone can eviscerate you
Yeah.
for every decision you make, everything you say, and take it out of context. It really is the case. Like, there's no one goes unscathed.
Right.
And every now, like, there's moments in your life where everybody's got to make a decision, and you got to do right by what you feel. So I'm wondering if we will ever see these lifelong players again, the ones that will sacrifice the paycheck for, I say club and country, but really for club.
Yeah.
Bring back the beauty. And I mean, I've been fooled. Coutinho, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna build a team around him. We'll build monuments to him. And then Barcelona came calling, and that was that. So it's, I don't know. I guess the more you love, the harder it hurts.
Yeah. First cut is the deepest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, been
Shut crow.
cut several times, but yeah,
Even the best fall down sometimes. That's how he did.
and they get back up again.
Yep.
You're never gonna keep me down.
There
I
it is.
get knocked down. Get up and
Chumbawamba.
that is Chumbawamba. So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting conversation. I wish the club legends, were here to stay. But again, if maybe it's just the game's evolving, and what you consider a club legend isn't their entire career. Maybe it's just, based on what they do on the field, what they bring to you, rather than the longevity,
Yeah.
for which they provided.
I'm still holding out the Trent's just be like, just kidding.
I mean, there hasn't been any official news by either club, so I'm sure that Hughes is still working. It's just a question of whether there's enough in it. and we'll see.
Yeah.
But to that, if he does go, I say we give a special additional cheers for corners taken quickly. The Scouts are in our team. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Okay.
I'm telling you. So I found, giving a little extra swishy swash,
Yeah.
you get a little bit more of the sweetness in it.
Yeah, I was actually going to say it's the dryness is mellowed out a bit.
Yeah.
It's not as like taking all the saliva out of your mouth as it was when it first opened. And so it's mellowed out, but it's still there. And now I'm getting a little bit more of those fruity notes.
Yeah.
And still a little bit of that like I said, like smoked clove, like on the
clove
palate.
and chocolate,
but
like
it's
super dark cacao.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like that super not like overly bitter, but just the right amount to like a true dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Which is that's my favorite chocolate.
Mm.
White chocolate can go suck a dick.
It's not even real chocolate. Stupid chocolate.
I dig it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like Italian wines are our get right wines.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've had any that like have had monster scores, but we've definitely never had any that have gotten bad scores.
No.
So it's the nice safe play. It's like fucking with two condoms, just real safe.
I don't think it works that way. I think it's actually counterproductive because of the friction.
Yeah, but anyway.
Anyway.
All right. Well, now that we've kind of wrapped that up, it's time to get into Una cara que necesita un puñetazo. And our team, it's been so long. Do you remember the team?
Yeah.
What team was it?
It was Leganés.
Leganés. All right. Well,
because I remember we were pronouncing it like
Leganes. Yeah.
Like Clegane, the mountain.
Gregor Clegane. Yeah. So Leganes, I'll throw mine up here for the world to see.
Oh Jesus! Whoa! Oh, it's haunting.
Would you like to go first?
No, I'm already looking at yours, so
Okay.
I think you have to please get this off.
So I went with midfielder Juan Cruz, and the first thing I looked at, I was just like, "The fuck is up with his eyebrows?"
Oh God!
I mean, they are.
I can't look away.
So I kind of like I was looking. I'm like, what am I seeing here? And it looks like just an amalgam of a man who wanted to be a conquistador.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But also,
yeah, he's born 400 years too late.
Yeah, but also be like the newest member of the Backstreet Boys.
Oh yeah,
like he's got like so like the eyebrows, like the swashbuckling goatee mustache combo.
His goatee is faded in.
He's also, you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, and this, I'm gonna get nerdy here.
Yeah.
But the ears and the eyebrows, he's got a Vulcan.
Yes, he does.
To live long and prosper, my brother.
Can't do that.
Can't do this.
No.
Can't do live long and prosper.
No.
Why?
Because I can't.
Oh, you can. I thought it was like a. I thought it was like a racial thing. You can't do this. Look, I can do this, and then this.
Can't do any of those. And this has been hand play with Mike and Ryan. No, I can't do it.
Put it to me. Let me see. You ready? Stop it.
I'm not doing anything. Yeah.
You coke finger. We'll get a little bump. Yeah. So I mean, and I love Star Trek, but there's a lot going on, and I feel like looking at him as he's looking through me or into my soul.
Oh God.
There's also several chains underneath, like egregious gold chains underneath that jersey.
Oh yeah.
And I also feel like he'd be like, if he was in the Backstreet Boys, he'd be like, ooh, like that kind of singer. Like, oh girl.
He's like the fourth guy.
New Kids. No,
Yeah.
that's a New Kids.
Yeah.
New Kids. So anyway, for all those reasons,
ooh girl.
Yeah.
That's his only line. He's just like the back. Yeah, he's just like the hype man in the back.
You got the right stuff to get punched in the face. So that was my pick. How about you?
I chose 32 Years Fun, Sergio Gonzalez.
see?
Hold on.
Oh, all right. Jeez.
Sergio Gonzalez is the picture perfect example of facial hair helps you out
Okay.
because I'm going to show you two pictures. The first one, it looks like he's trying to sell everyone in the locker room either like Bibles or just like I don't like door stoppers. He's like, oh yeah, hey guys, like just here to play some soccer now. Like,
what's his name from?
yes,
30
MacGruber.
Rock. No. Oh, Will Forte.
Yeah, he does look Will
I was gonna
Forte.
say Will Forte, and then the dude plays Kenny from 30 Rock. What's his name?
Not Payne Stewart.
No.
No, he was the golfer. French Stewart?
No.
No.
Hold on.
But he's just like so prim and proper. Just like, oh hey, just here to play some soccer, guys. Like, don't mind me. Oh, these socks are extra stinky. I feel bad for Raul who has to wash these up this weekend. And then there's this one where it looks like he's next to his trophy, but
Jack McBriar.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know why you did say 30 Rock,
I did say
thought
30
Rock from the Sun.
Oh,
Christ.
John Lithgow.
John the French Stewart.
Oh, French Stewart. Okay.
Payne Stewart. He's
yeah.
dead, just like the Brazilian girl. Then there's this one where he just looks like he won a robotics championship.
So that's all Will Forte right there.
Yeah. So there you go, 32 years young. But
and you want to hit him? Why? He just
felt
right.
He just looks too prim and proper. Just like he's the guy in the locker room who's just like tries to keep everything so neat and just like super apologetic about everything. He's like, I dragged some dirt in from the pitch, boys. What am I supposed to do?
You were going through your youth soccer meeting, and then you wanted to punch something beautiful and innocent.
Yeah. I just feel so bad for Fabrizio. He misplayed that ball.
You are Jack McBriar to a T.
But
he's got a Will Forte look too.
But he did grow facial hair for one season, and he looks like it's like a better look.
Yeah, for sure.
So there you go. Right. Let's hope he doesn't spend too much time with Juan Cortez, your player, because
oh my god,
he doesn't develop the boy band conquistador look.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Those two.
I feel good about that.
I
feel much better than I did. I'm still really angry about everything.
I hear you on that one. All right. Well, solid picks. Now that we've got that one, I think we should just pick the team for next week. And since we've got the 3 out of the relegation zone, we're not worried about that. How about we do Celta Vigo?
Sí.
All right. So Celta Vigo is going to be our team for Una cara que necesita un puñetazo. And yeah. With that, shall we circle back to this wine and kind of give our final thoughts, and then we can talk about the wine and topic for next episode?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
going to go grab the bottle. What you think?
I really like it. I think it checks a lot of boxes for me. I do wish I wasn't compromised nasally, but I'm coming in at like 8.3 for this.
Wow.
Yeah, I really like it. It is a quality Italian wine. I like how it started dry. It mellowed out a little bit, but this is something that I would enjoy at my house with a red sauce pasta or with like grilled meat. 10,000%. It does come in at a little bit of a higher price point. This one came in at $34.99. But I saw it as high as like almost $40 on the interweb. So
I'm gonna give this solid 8. 8.0.
Right on the fucking nose.
It was right on the. I was teetering between that and 7.9, but as it's opened up, I've liked how it's smoothed out. It's those rough edges have become mellow, and it's just got a nice blend to it. I like the dark chocolate and all that. So yeah, 8.0.
Love it.
Well, I just grabbed this bottle. It looks.
Is that the Tempranillo?
No, it looks epic. It's like the the Iliad and the Odyssey on the bottle.
Oh, no shit.
So that, why don't you tell the folks we'll be drinking next episode, and I will talk about the topic.
This is the 2021 Appassimento. It again is a Italian red wine, 14%. Not a whole lot to decipher from the bottle or the back, other than it's pretty rad thing on the front. So, looking forward to this next episode.
The topic for next episode, and it's going to require us to get together one more time prior to,
Okay.
is we're going to watch the Make Us Dream documentary on Jurgen Klopp.
I'm on vacation next week.
Okay, so we'll get it.
I got time.
We'll get it in. We'll watch it, and we are going to just give our thoughts.
Just fucking cry.
I will have a box of tissues ready
Yeah.
for during and post recording, as we're just going to. I think it's going to be, obviously in the light of what's going on. I think it's good that we get one out there to remember the man, the coach we loved, share our thoughts about him and our thoughts about the documentary, and just have some wine.
Now, do we want to do this as a 2-part where it's like we do half an episode before, we watch it, and then afterwards, and kind of recap the whole thing and how we're feeling, but drink during it?
I dig that.
All right, that could be a good time.
We'll do it. It'd be one episode, but like
Yeah.
Okay.
Come back, we're just both weeping and hammered.
All right. So now that we've got our wine and our topic, is at that point where we always say that we would love to keep going, and with this wine, it is very true. But after VAR review, I can't say we're out because we're on camera now and we have wine. So after VAR review, we've looked at the clock, and hey, time is up. So
episode's fucking over.
We must put the final cork in this episode and say, listen to us next time on another exciting episode of Vino Volley. So Ryan,
Yes.
please do us the honors.
As always, remember to sip and soccer responsibly. We bid you a Freddie adieu.